Hey guys, it's Maymay and it's time for my 2016 fall home tour. Now this year it's a little bit different because I don't think I did as much as I usually do. I think I kind of toned it down, which if this is your first time here, you might be going, this is toned down. But I really did. I didn't do as much, and I'll show you all the little vignettes as we get around the room and show you what everything looks like. But I just didn't want to do as much. I don't know. I hope I don't feel this way at Christmas, but for now, I just decided to keep it simple. Now, one thing that's important to tell you is my home is decorated in fall colors all the time anyway. So fall just blends in really well to my decor. So it looks like, wow, she's done everything in fall colors for the fall, but that's not true. I just love fall colors all year round. And you'll see that as we go around the room, like my furniture and things like that. It's all done in fall colors. Now at our front door, I just have this simple little wreath. And then underneath, I have these little baskets that stay here all the time. Well, I say all the time. They get moved around from place to place. I use them in different places around the living room. But they hold those little flowers and a couple of pumpkins. And then, like, see, this chair is the color of fall. And I have this here all the time because I love fall colors. And then we head to the fireplace. So this is my fireplace. And yes, it is on right now. But it's an electric fireplace. And I can turn the heat off and on. And so since I have the heat off right now, I thought it'd be pretty for the fall home tour to see what that looks like lit up. And you can see on the mantle, I did it very different this year. And one of the reasons is because we traded televisions with my son. So I ended up getting his smaller TV in this living room because we don't really watch this TV very much. So we have a smaller TV, which gave me more height on the mantle. So I was able to put some taller things there, and we'll go up close and look at those. So I went to Hobby Lobby this year and I picked up some things. One being this little wagon with the pumpkin that says Happy Fall. I thought that was adorable. This pumpkin I've had forever. This pumpkin ends up in a different place every year, it seems like, but I've had this guy as long as I can remember. Also, this little blessings guy, he lives here pretty much all the time because he tries to hide cords for me. But notice how many more cords I have showing this year than usual. That's because this TV is so much smaller, it doesn't hide them as well. But that little guy lives there most every year. And then I got this big, what is this? A quartet of pumpkins that say fall. And I love how those look on that end of the fireplace. Also, I got that lighted leaf garland. I really like that. And I love light, so I thought this year I'm going to put light everywhere. I imagine at Christmas I'll probably go crazy with light because that's really my favorite thing right now. Now at the bottom of the fireplace on the hearth, I have one of my 3-tier baskets that I did. There's a tutorial on this, so I'll be sure to, on this little basket, I'll be sure to link that below. And then I have a pumpkin with an H on it. I think my mother-in-law bought me that pumpkin. I can't remember for sure, but I think she did. And then these 3 pumpkins, I got those this year at Hobby Lobby. I absolutely love them. I think they're the cutest things ever. And I thought about putting them on top of the mantle, but they were just too tall, so they ended up there. This little guy here is my little ceramic Weenie Dog. He has a name. He's some kind of antique ceramic piece. You guys probably know what he is. I do not. But I got him at an estate sale one time, and he pretty much lives in front of the fireplace all the time. This little Scarecrow I've had as long as I can remember. Now, we had a house fire about 4 years ago, so everything is fairly new, only about 4 years old. So I've had this in that amount of time, but a long time. So I guess since we moved back home, I've had that Scarecrow. That little lantern lives there most of the time. At Christmas, it goes on the mantle, but we redid this lantern, my son and I did, and so we enjoy having it out all the time, and just a little candy dish. Now here on my coffee table, which is also an ottoman, we use this for seating as well as the coffee table, I just have a couple of those Valerie Parhill lighted pumpkins. I've had these for probably 4 years, and some of them this year didn't come on. Some of them wouldn't light. And so I've decided not to light any of them because they look weird having some lit and not others lit. But they do have this kind of shimmery glass beadness to them. So they're still very pretty to look at. They're just not lit this year, but I still like them. These are not fall. Those are the puppies' toys. And they're outside right now, but as soon as those girls come back in here, those will be all over the floor again. But while they're clean, I thought I'd show, hey, sometimes there's no toys on my floor, but very rarely. So this is another chair. Like I said, my furniture is pretty much fall all the time. So this is a chair we have here all the time. It just is very fall colored. And this is one of my favorite things. I love this. These 3 books I got at Old Time Pottery about 4 years ago, the ones on the floor. And I just put a little bushel basket with some pumpkins in it this year. This little bushel basket has lived everywhere around this living room at different times. But I love it right there, and I like to have something in that spot because it's kind of open. At Christmas, I'll have like a snowman or something like that, but I really like that sitting there. Now, this side I really love. This is a book paper wreath. I have a tutorial on that. It's pretty much been living here since I made it. I've had it in that spot for a long, long time. But this table always gets something different on it, and this year it has 3 pumpkins, a little wooden church, which I leave out most of the time, and then one of those pumpkins I just showed you, and then that lighted leaf garland again. I really like that garland. I think it's pretty, and so I'm using it in a lot of places. This pumpkin, I've had a couple of years. I can't remember where I got it. I probably say it in another one of my fall home tours. I'll link those below so you can take a look at those too. But I'm trying to remember where I got it. I can't really remember, but I love the chevron on there. And then this is my buffet table, and back here I have more of those Valerie Parhill pumpkins, and usually this is lit and it's so pretty, but like I said, this year they just didn't light, but you can see the little shimmery glass look on them, and they're still fine to use as decoration. And then here this year I put out some pilgrims, which I think are cute, a give thanks pumpkin, and then there's a little acorn. I actually got that from the Dollar Tree some time ago. Now I have some things that aren't out this year, like I decided not to put some things out, and this is where they usually live. So you can see those in other fall videos or fall home tour videos of mine. I'll be sure to link those like I said. Now these little pilgrim hats were made for me by my friend Gareth. And I usually put these on my counter in the kitchen or on the bar, but I love them on this little stand. There's normally pumpkins in this stand, but this year I thought, you know what, these fit perfectly, and it kind of shows them off better. These are made with upcycled materials. That is a yogurt cup, and that is a CD, and there's felt to make its belt and its little buckle, and then he added some little fall foliage, and I just love it. I think they're adorable, and this is year 3 that they've been around, so I really love those. Then you can see this is our Doggies Apartment. This is what we call this. This is where they sleep at night, and that's their little blanket that we usually have on the couch. There's my finger. That's usually on the couch for them to snuggle in. And this is just a few little pumpkins. I just stuck those up there because I like them. Now, so this is the living room, the staircase. And these glass apothecary jars I've had for a long time, and I usually have them in my centerpiece of my dining room table. But this year I decided I wanted to put them here on the bar with the glittered vegetables in it. I'll get up close so you can see how glittery they are. I just think those are so pretty, how glittered. And they kind of catch the light of that garland, and they kind of just reflect it up here on the counter, and I just love how that looks. And I purchased this little sign at Hobby Lobby this year. That's a new purchase for this year that says give thanks. And then that's a Bath & Body Works candle called Mahogany Teakwood. It smells amazing. If you like candles that smell like cologne, that is one to get. It smells awesome like a man. I love it. This is another candle that is my favorite. This is the Leaves candle from Bath & Body Works. And I got this little candle holder at Bath & Body Works this year. And I'm not really big on burning candles in my home because we had a house fire, so they kind of scare me. But I love the reflection this gives because it reminds me to put this candle out, and I never really worry that I'm going to forget because it's so lit up. You can see how it looks so obvious, so I love it. I think it's cute. On my dining room table this year, I went really simple. These placemats I picked up at Walmart last year, and I'm pretty sure these are Better Homes and Gardens brand placemats. I really like those. And it may not look simple to everybody, but I normally do a pretty ornate centerpiece. But this year I decided I didn't want to do that. We use this table more than I realize, and when I have those really ornate centerpieces, I end up having to take them down and put them back, and it gets to be a little more work than I want all season. So what I've done is I've just brought our fruit over and put it into these bowls, which these are those bowls from Walmart in the Lee Drummond collection, the Pioneer Woman collection. And I love them. That's a set. They all come together. And I think they're only like $15 for the set. And then this little apple and that little pear, you won't believe where I found those. I found those at Rite Aid, and I think they're adorable. I thought, what a perfect thing for my fruit centerpiece. So there's the centerpiece of the dining room table. And then back here in the corner, you see a little baker's rack, and it has 2 pumpkins, and those are those little jars I made on my channel. Actually, I'll link all the tutorials and stuff below of anything I made. But I made these. I should have lit them. I didn't even light them. Let me light them up. Now, isn't that better? I think they look better lit up. I forgot to turn them on. But these are a tutorial on my channel, so I'll be sure to link those below for you too. These pumpkins, I get asked about these a lot. These are from Bath & Body Works, and they're about 3 years old. And they have a candle inside, but I've never burned the candle. Can you see that? I don't even know what scent it is, but I never wanted to burn it. I just wanted to collect these and have them in my home because I'm a big fan of white pumpkins. I think they're beautiful. This picture I get asked about, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that's from Hobby Lobby. And this guy we get asked about all the time. This has lived here ever since we moved back home. And we got this at Kirkland's many years ago. And it is all connected together. It's one piece hanging there. And I just love it. I thought it was beautiful, and it filled that wall up really well. So here's the kitchen, and yes, those are Christmas lights above the cabinets. I did not take them down. I left them there last year because I love them so much, and I just have them turned on because I like light. I also have some light in this lantern. This is a lantern that I got from an auction, and then I spray painted it copper, and you can see the tag. That's tacky. I'll fix that. But if I come around to this side, you can see that there's just lights in there with the vegetables, little pumpkins and things, and a little vignette there on the counter. Also from this side, you can kind of get a glimpse of everything on the counter. We'll get in closer. So here on my kitchen table, now this is the one we really eat at all the time. If we're having dinner at home, we sit at this table. And these placemats I got at Walmart as well. They're that Better Homes and Garden collection, and I use these pretty much all year because I love this color so much. These are really not just for fall. These are just kind of the colors I decorate with. That is a Lee Drummond or Pioneer Woman salt and pepper shaker, and I found this. Where did I find this little paper plate and napkin holder? I think at Costco this summer. I picked that up because I love to have that on my table because we can just grab, we usually have even utensils in there, but I'm totally out. But we have our paper plates and napkins right there where we can use those during the week. We don't always use paper plates, but I like to have them just handy. I love that little holder. Now to the kitchen, and you can see the living room from the kitchen. This is the view I have when I'm in here cooking, which is rare, but it is the view. Have a little fruit on the table, on the bar there, and then when I come around, I just have some little goodies. I like this little pumpkin on a stand. It's just a little candy dish I put on a tripod. Then this, or on an easel rather, these I have a tutorial for on my channel as well. I'll be sure to link that. Those are some pumpkins that I made last year. I actually upcycled some trivets, and I love how that looks. And then this little sign is a new one from Hobby Lobby this year. We are so blessed. I really feel like that in my house this year, and so I wanted to put that in the kitchen because I love it. There's the Vinnie's Vittles sign. There's a tutorial on doing that on my channel. I'll link it as well. I think I have a tutorial on doing these little owls. When I got them, they were like multicolored and not very cute, and I spray painted them copper, and I think I have a tutorial on those. I'll try to find it. Then I use this little picture to hold my cooking utensils because I think that's really cute, and it's the right color for fall. And then just this little thing in the corner, which is another sign I picked up at Hobby Lobby this year, and some pumpkins. I love those pumpkins. I've had them for a while. Now on top of the fridge, I have another 3-tier basket. I have a video on that, and those little sparkly pear and pumpkin, which actually came from the Dollar Tree, but I'll link the tutorial for the 3-tiered basket video. And then this cross, which I love. Found this at Walmart, I think last year, but it's been in a video, so you would have seen it. Now you might think these plates are for fall, but they're not. I keep them up year round, but they do look kind of fallish, but I told you, I decorate with fall. I keep my copper pieces up year round because I love those pieces up there, and more of those plates that look like fall. So a little pan around from the back side of the room since you saw it from the front. I love the view to the living room. It's probably my favorite. This is the dining room table from the other side. This is the living room from the dining room, and then back into the kitchen. So a lot more simple than I usually do. Believe it or not, I'll link those other years for you. This up top stays here all the time, by the way. That's always up there. After Christmas, I just put these things back up. But at Christmas, I decorate that for Christmas. And, oh, I forgot to mention, that big yellow pumpkin came from Kirkland's 2 years ago. And I think I told you where everything came from with that one. I think I got everything in there. So yeah, that's the fall home tour for 2016. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys came into our home and took a look at it. And I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.